Howdy, folks. I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Sunday morning Reddit. Alright, folks, this first one is titled, Am I a Jerk for Not Allowing My Late Husband's Affair Partner to Come to His Funeral? Do we even have to ask the question? But I will guess no. 3 weeks ago, my husband died in a car accident halfway across the country. He said that he was going on a work trip, but we later found out that all of that was just another one of his lies and he was actually on a cheating trip. Something that he'd seemingly been doing for at least the past 5 years. So, yeah, it's been a very fun few weeks. Feel fantastic. Our kids are 7 female, a 14-year-old male, and a 19-year-old male. Only the eldest knows about the affair, and we all agreed to keep it to ourselves. The problem lies with his partner. She wants to be involved. I told her that it wouldn't be possible and she should respect our privacy. Even putting my feelings aside, though, he's trying to be strong for his younger siblings. My eldest is battling with his anger and his grief. Having her there would only cause problems. Regardless, she was there when we arrived at the graveyard, standing some distance away, but she was still close enough to everyone to just make her stand out as if she wanted to be seen. I told my brother, and he removed her without causing too much of a scene. Afterwards, she sent me a text which summarized, basically called me selfish for blocking her from being there and saying that I robbed her of the chance to say goodbye properly. For some reason, this is slightly bothering me. I found myself justifying my actions to myself repeatedly since receiving that text. I still believe what I did was right and I put my kids first. She had no business there and her presence would only cause drama. She could always go to his grave whenever she wants to say goodbye. Was I the jerk? Alright, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Nope, you're not the jerk. I mean, a funeral is basically a giant event organized by a particular person. You
Yeah.
organized this way to grieve your husband with your family.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing stopping her from having her own service some other time. Yeah, she wouldn't have the body there, but you don't need that.
Well, I mean, the body's still there. It's in the
Well,
ground.
it's in the ground now, but I mean, if the
There's,
church
yeah,
service or
there's no
whatever.
public viewing or anything like that. And I mean, certainly, I understand that she is grieving, but that's not OP's problem.
Right. I mean, and OP has just had her impression of her husband forever changed.
Yeah.
Finding out when your husband passes that, oh, he's been cheating on you for 5 years,
Yeah.
that's gonna be gutting. And for this woman to just be like, well, basically, I demand a place in his life, in
Mm-hmm.
your life, because I was part of his life. It's so gross. And she has no empathy. It's so disgusting.
Yeah, it is pretty terrible that she can't view this from OP's perspective. And again, like, I know she's had a relationship with this guy for 5 years and that they've built a lot of memories and stuff like that. But also consider it from OP's perspective that he was driving to see her when this
Mm-hmm.
happened, right? And if he hadn't been driving there, then this wouldn't have happened, right? And so they both probably feel different complicated feelings around that fact. Like the affair partner might feel grief and guilt because that happened, and OP might feel anger that this was the case and actually caused the death of her husband, right? But I mean, it's good that OP found out at some point in time, but it's just a really terrible way to find out.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is. It's just such a hard situation for OP and the kids. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of cheaters in general, but especially if you know someone's married and has kids and you're just I don't know. It just makes me so upset on behalf of OP and the kids that this woman has the audacity to try and take what's already a hard time for them and commandeer it so she can grieve in the way she feels is right.
Exactly. Exactly. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And there is one comment from OP here, a reply. Not the jerk. It's her fault that he was on the road that day, plus she can visit another day. I don't know why you decided to do this though, only the eldest knows about the affair. And OP replies, My son had his dad's phone and was the first to find out. It wasn't intentional and I wish he didn't know. So that's a pretty terrible uh burden for the son too, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I think at some point in time there might be an age appropriate conversation to have with the other children.
Right. I mean, certainly the 19-year-old is an adult. They are old enough to know this. Yeah, it's going to tarnish their memory of their father, but
Hmm.
people are complicated people.
Yeah. And certainly, like, there's going to be a lot of resentment that OP has around the
Mm-hmm.
memory of the father, and the kids might not understand why that is. And I think no matter how hard OP tries to, like, hide this, they run the risk of, you know, showing their true feelings at some point in time. So it might be good to kind of get that out of the way at some point in time and talk about how, OP, she loved their father, but it turns out that he was also engaging in these extramarital affairs and it hurt her a lot too. So, yeah. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some coffee right here, and Amber's got a very special Sunday morning joke for us.
What did the big flower say to the little flower?
Well, the big flower said to the little flower, "Oh my goodness, I'm alive. I'm alive. I can think. I can think." And the little flower said, "I am too." And they were very boggled and confused by this because they were the only two flowers in the field that could talk. And so they formed a close bond, a close friendship. It was something for the universe, right? It was such a friendship. They went through thick, they went through thin, rainy days, sunny days, cloudy days, but they didn't go through the mower. That would be disturbing. What did they say?
Hi, bud.
They did say that at one point in time. So we've also got this special guest tea today. It's called Cleanse, which makes me very concerned, very worried. It is made of a radiant blend of fennel, nettle, and peppermint. You heard that right? Our favorite ingredient, fennel.
Yeah, it's not very tasty.
Did you have a sip already?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have had the coffee right before this. Taking a sip of the coffee was probably a bad idea. So I have to probably take a second one. Yeah, I mean, it kind of tastes like feet. That's my that's my go-to flavor when teas don't taste very good. It just kind of tastes gross. It tastes a little bit weird. I don't know how to describe it. I think it might be the nettle in there because I don't really
Hmm.
taste the I don't taste taste the peppermint a slightly bit, but I don't taste the fennel that much as I was expecting. It's kind of an aftertaste in there. So, I don't know. Maybe I don't like nettle. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you're all having a great Sunday and that everything is going well for you. Don't forget this upcoming Friday, we've got a live stream and hopefully it's going to be super spectacular. Thanks so much for watching and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.
Howdy, folks. I'm special morning. I don't even know where I was going to go with that. Special morning, Brian. I don't know. I'm cleansed, Brian.